The Paths tool allows you to create custom paths. There's a lot of uses for paths in GIMP, and we'll talk about a couple of them, but we won't get into all of their uses. But for making the paths, you select it from the toolbox, and then when you click on your canvas, it will create your first starting point. And as you click in other places, it will add additional points. If you click and drag, it will add Bezier handles to the point, and this will allow you to make curved shapes. Now there's a couple of options here in the edit mode. The default is design mode, but there's also an edit mode and a move mode. You can select them over here under the options panel, but it's kind of simpler to just simply use their shortcut keys. The edit mode will be toggled on whenever you are holding down the command key, and the move mode will be toggled on whenever you're holding down the alt key. The edit mode allows you to make additional edits that you can't do in the design mode. The first of which, if you are trying to create an entirely bound shape, is you must press and hold down the command key to enter the edit mode in order to click on the starting point and complete the shape. The edit mode also allows you to add additional points along the path once the path has been made. Finally, the edit mode allows you to add Bezier handles to points that are just hard angles. If you were to click on the point in simply design mode, you would just move the point around, but if you're in the edit mode and you click and drag, it will add the handle to the point, one side at a time. Now when you're working with the Bezier handles and you are holding the Shift key down, this will keep the two sides locked together and ensure that you've got a nice even curve. But if you don't hold down the Shift key, you can move each one independently of each other. Now points that already have Bezier handles, you can edit them in design mode simply by clicking on the point. They'll be available to edit. And then the move mode simply allows you to move your shape around on the screen. Below these, there's the polygonal tool, which just forbids you from using the Bezier handles when you're drawing your shape. So if you have that selected, you won't be able to drag out handles while you're making your points. It'll simply drag where your point is going to be anchored. And then once you've got your paths drawn out, there's a couple of things you can do with them right here in the Paths tool. You can make a selection from them, and this simply turns them into selections that can be used for various purposes. Or if we go back with Control-Z, we can stroke the path here, which will open a stroke path window. We've got a few options in here. The stroke line can either be solid or a pattern. We can keep the anti-aliasing. We can set the line width and the line style as well. But if we just keep a nice simple solid color here, we'll actually need to swap that so we'll be able to see it, and we press stroke. You'll see that it strokes the path with the foreground color here. There's a lot of other options that you can do with paths, but this video is not going to get into all of them.